Okay, welcome to this lesson, and we're going to go over the buying triggers now. So in the last lesson, we talked about decision triggers, which help people kind of check off the mental boxes of like, okay, I want to keep moving forward. Okay, I want to know more. Okay, that works for me. I have enough resources to do that. All of this is good. Okay, so someone may be at that point where like, yeah, I really want it, right? You know, it's kind of like an upside in the 5 levels of awareness. You go, sold, but just need the deal, right? So what we then get to is framing this offer properly. So we could even call this offer triggers, right? Or offer checklist, which we've done before. And obviously you're going to see some echoes of other trainings that we've had, especially in offer analysis. A lot of this is very peripheral, but another way of looking at it so that you understand once you've created it, like, okay, does it accomplish that? You know, yes, I have this element, but does it accomplish what it really psychologically needs to accomplish? So we're taking you another layer deep in this to understand if those elements that you in fact used following any sales framework we've given you, then does it work well psychologically and does it really land with the audience? Okay, so let's do it. Number one, and you see I put them all out here, but number one is the results, right? So what is the results? The results are displaying the results either visually, so like visual result, like with pet stain remover, using some of our case studies, it may be a before and after, which you can do with something like that, not people, but a before and after of the stain being there and then ultimately the stain not being there. And it doesn't have to be a before and after image right there. It can be like, you showed the problem and then later on, there's a visual image or clearly in text eloquated that the stain and the odor is gone, right? So a visual representation of that always helps really well. So showing the result in one way or another. Another way would be like with Kim with her content calendar is actually having the full Trello board filled out. So that would be just showing that visual image, or at the very least saying, when you look at your Trello board, you see that every single day, every single column is filled in, and now you're ready to go for the week or the month, whatever, okay? And it seems clear. So visual results, or also results of others, which gets into testimonials or case studies, right? Which is a part of what we teach you in the, sold but need the deal. Still need the deal, right? You still need to give them results and testimonials. Okay, that's what we show even in our diagram, results and testimonials. Okay, so they're kind of at that product aware, deal aware, product aware but not completely sold yet, right? So that's when you need the results and the testimonials. So then the now trigger. And this is real simple. This is what are they going to get instantly, okay? So instantly, if you've got, let's say you're selling a physical product, then, you may email them the moment they buy something that they get digitally delivered to them that is some kind of guide or checklist or something. Like with the pet stain remover, a perfect good example would be that you get this free report that also shows how to use household remedies to accomplish X, Y, and Z. Whatever that is, right? Something related or something with pets, like even a training thing or something like that, or how to handle cats, whatever. But it's something digital right away that can be emailed them that's informational, that sets them up so that when they get the product in the mail or delivered to them, that they can use it better, and you've given goodwill even before that, so it's more likely that they don't send it back, right? So instant gratification is where we're going with this one. Okay, so, get going fast. So then urgency, which is essentially the, if there's going to be a deadline for the offer, real deadline, right? Not fake deadlines, guys, all right? That's old traditional IMBS. Deadline, or the bundle offer expires in terms of, but wait, there's more. If you order right now, then you get this as well. I can't believe I just did that. But yes, that's the lever, right? So the deadline, bundle expires, it's just urgency. Now bonuses, pretty self-explanatory. It's how you sweeten the deal. And these are usually looked at as perfect complements, perfect complements to whatever you have. What works well here is it would be a good example, but actually Jarrett has it as an upsell. Profit maximizer is a black light flashlight that helps you identify where pet stains are at that may still be causing odors that you can't see. But it's seen so much as a great complement that he uses as an OTO, like as an order bump, and it helps monetize. But what you can do is that's an example of something that's a perfect complement to your product, so that it seems like you need to have that along with everything else, but it is a bonus, so it feels like, oh, that's extra. Okay, so bonuses. Okay, then social. Now social is interesting because this is like, how can I one, there's two aspects to it. One is obviously the acceptance by peers, okay? But also, on the flip side, this is why people share stuff, is they want to seem valuable to their friends. They want to seem valuable to their family. They want to seem valuable to their colleagues because that raises status. So social is acceptance, but then also, how can you, it's kind of like, you're getting into a club and you're putting your two buddies on the guest list, right? And the owner or the club manager or whatever, right? It's that thing where you can help out your friends and it makes you look cool and better. It raises and elevates your status. So how can it benefit the tribe, right? The tribe, the herd, the village, the family, the peers, the colleagues, because then it benefits you. So how can you elevate your stand? Essentially comes down to you elevating your own standing within your own peer group, okay? So then exclusive, obviously it's like, what do they get specifically that something they can't get anywhere else, right? So unique to your offer, and you specifically say, can't get anywhere else. Like this. Now we like to do this in marketing where we specifically make our unique mechanism something that if they're really sold that our mechanism is unique, then automatically there's no competition. If it really is unique and it provides a set of unique features that even give the same benefits, then right away it's become something that no one else can give you. And therefore, you've now eliminated your competition, provided that your premise and everything else is correct. So it's a really powerful one to always understand that if your mechanism is unique, that's why we always talk about differentiation. What's the unique value proposition that your product or service or offer has? And it really comes down to that what's unique, because then they can't go anywhere else to get it. They have to get it from you, okay? So that is the exclusive lever. Okay, so now the trial, this is kind of like try without buying, right? So this is like membership site, 14-day trial, 15-day trial, 30-day trial, and then obviously pay in 30 days, that type of thing. And also part of that is like the guarantee where it's like, 30-day money back guarantee, no questions asked. So it's kind of risk-free in a way. But you're on the hook, so there's a timing thing. So either way with trials, and like I said, you're not going to do this every single time, but this is one of those things where try without buying can work really well with the right products, okay? So then the other one here is the for them. So this is the for them lever, and that basically means like when you're in your offer, it says like this is for boom, boom, boom. You may have seen in my code offer where I said this is specifically for business owners, agencies, e-com, physical product owners, service providers, marketers. Like I listed off who this is specifically for for people who self-identify with that, okay? And so it's the for them, like basically reaching out, and this is also, so that's one part of it, right? Like specifically for them, okay? So you call them out in a broad group that they are proud to be a part of, okay, that they would identify with, specifically for them, okay? So that's one side of it. The other side of it is, this is where you can do the high touch, okay? So that could be where you have a phone call with them if it's like a high ticket thing, or it's customer service, or you get a concierge or a representative to be able to talk to if you have questions about the offer or the service or whatever you're buying, that someone's there to help you. Or you may get a coach in a particular implementation program where you get assigned a coach or a particular rep that's going to help you with the service that you're buying, okay? So specifically for them, but also the high touch factor, okay? So do you have that, or can you implement that? Because this, they can get on the phone with someone and talk specifically about their unique problems, because everyone's special, okay? And that person can say, yes, oh my God, in fact, you are special. And because you're so special, we're going to, I can't even say that with a straight face. High touch, and because you're so special, see, I can't even say it. But everyone thinks they're special, but they get someone to be able to validate that and make sure that that specific offer, service, or direction is for them. Make sense? Okay. So then competition. Now this is about like being the best, the winner, right? So it's like how, they're crushing the competition. So this works obviously for some niches and not others. It doesn't work too well when you're doing the concerned focus type. Works really well when you're doing the competitive focus type. It's crushing the competition and, saying things like, that, people have become the market leader, in their field using this particular product service for whatever reason. This gives you, this product has a competitive advantage. This product is superior than what the competition uses in this niche, and we've proven it. And so if you use it, obviously you'll be superior as well. So it's the competition lever, okay? And then cause, which we could also call the experience lever. This is more of the co-creators, right? So it's like what kind of, charity, donations, 5% of 10%, 15, 20% of profits, donated to, or what kind of cause is it behind, right? So the vision of that cause, okay? And that's gonna, warm some people's hearts, and they'll be like, you know what, I can get behind that. You're building wells in Africa for fresh water, so young kids aren't drinking contaminated water from the village upstream that's throwing all of their sewage in there. And the kids are getting sick, and now we can get you fresh water. I can get behind that. I'd rather give my money to somebody like that than someone else who's not giving their money to it. So always keep that in mind as the cause, okay? So there we are, buying triggers. Now, some of you who are highly analytical are going to go, okay, so what's the process here? What exactly do I need to do first? What exactly do I need to do in between? And A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The thing is about this is, you just basically want to take these lists, just like the decision ones, and look at your message and your offer, and just kind of like ask yourself, after you maybe, refresh, read your ad, then read these questions, read a question and kind of go, does my ad have that? Yes or no? Does my ad have that? Yes or no? And just kind of go through one by one and ask yourself that about your ad. And in this particular buying triggers, it's more about your offer itself. So the decision triggers is more about the post, although it can be about your offer too, depending on how much you have on your post, how much selling you're doing, and how much selling you're actually doing in either a webinar or anything else, or your sales page. If you're doing a webinar, then the decision triggers from the other module will still be very relevant, not module, lesson, will still be very relevant to that webinar, and then your buying triggers will also be a part of your closing in that webinar. So a lot of this is, in terms of just using it where it applies, okay? So with that, this is one of the final lessons in this whole course, and you'll see some of the case studies on how some of this plays out. and then we'll wrap it up. So we'll see you there.